Hello and welcome to another episode of Dolly Transformations. We have not had any luck at the flea market for 3 weeks. Bear in mind that my videos kind of get a little staggered out, so we might get a doll and then you won't see the transformation until like maybe a week or two later. So we didn't have any luck for 3 weeks at the flea market, literally nothing, no dolls, nothing. So we were really excited to go back today. It was a really great day for the flea market, and most of these dolls came from these regular sellers we always buy from. So these 4 all came from this old couple.
And we actually got the 4 for 10. He knocked a couple bucks off.
Yes, so usually they want $3 each for their dolls in decent condition, but we got them all for 10. Moana here was boxed. She's 5. I didn't realize she was a Disney Store Moana until after I bought her, but
I vouched for her as we were walking by. She was like right on our way out, and I'm like, ooh, $5 Moana. Because actually this couple that we bought them from had a Moana earlier in the year.
yes.
But she wasn't on our high priority list, so when we went back kind of look for her, she was gone.
Yeah, I had bought other things the first day I saw her, so I left her behind. But they wanted 3, so to pay an extra $5, like $2, to get her like basically brand new is great. And she's a 2017 version. You can tell because they have like different styles of packaging for each year. And then the first thing we found was actually this creepy Tyria Howleen, who's in the wrong outfit. We got her from a regular seller as well. We got Eleanor and the pony in the last transformation video from him. She was $2, but I really wanted Creepateria Howleen since she came out, so I was fine with that. So obviously they need their clothes washed. I probably will wash Moana's because you can see that she's open and I don't really trust where she's been. She's been out for a few years. But we're gonna start with the laundry. I personally like to take apart my Monster High dolls at the elbows because I feel like they go in a bit easier. Whenever I take them apart at the hands, it feels more finicky.
I just noticed that Howleen's hands are like a very different color than her arm.
Someone.
Oh, wow.
These aren't Howleen hands. These are Ever After High hands.
Oh, that's why they looked wrong.
Oh no!
I didn't notice until we had her laying down. See how they're a different color in the arm?
Yeah, I had thought, oh, I think we got good. I think we didn't buy anyone with the wrong limbs. Okay.
Always happens. Because I checked Maddie and Blondie because they were more money. Howleen was $2. And she's from an era you don't see a lot.
Hands.
We might. I'll have to go take a look.
I know that there are still some parts available on the Mattel website. These dolls have already been inventoried and stuff because I wanted to make sure I knew what version they were, because there's a lot of re-releases. So like Carlos was also sold separately in 2015 in the Disney store as like a Disney store exclusive, but he was originally only sold at stores with this Evie. And then these are both the like true first edition Blondie and Maddie's. Now I don't really care, like I'm not gonna get upset if they're re-releases, but the re-release 2014 Blondies have straight bangs, but everything else is the same minus the packaging. And then Maddie, the re-releases don't have pierced ears, and both the 2014 and 2015 dolls are identical, and they also don't have the polka dot hands. And then everything else is kind of like, oh, no dots on lips. They have pretty plain accessories. But sometimes they're pretty much the same, sometimes they're not. A lot of times I'll have people be like, oh, but that doll has dots on the lips or not dots on the lips. The thing is, if you do a lot of research on Ever After High releases, the Indonesia and China makes of the first editions that are true, like first runs, will look slightly different. So you have to hunt for box photos of those and compare. I spent like hours compiling a chart. Bought from the Disney store brand new since like 2014. I think the last one we got brand new was Tiana. They made a special trip all the way out to this expensive shopping outlet just so we could get Deluxe and Tiana. Ooh, she's wicked heavy. Ooh, and her hair is really nice. I am going to wash it and boil wash it, but I'm not going to do what I usually do for this hair type, which is like brush through it because it's so nice. Look what I found in my storage box of doll parts, Howleen hands. Now, I think I actually bought these. If you go back and watch some old transformation videos, usually buy extra parts whenever I get a doll that needs parts. And I don't remember getting these on eBay when I bought a few sets of arms and
yeah,
things.
I feel like we haven't had them that long, right?
Yeah, and Mattel was starting to sell out of things, so I feel like I had slim pickings, and I chose Howleen. I feel like I remember choosing Howleen arms. So
sometimes that works out. At some point we had chosen extra Cleo arms and we used them.
Yep. So I'm going to keep these on for now and wash everything, and then I'll take her old forearms out and they'll just go in the box of parts. So we have this sync cam on. I am going to wash their bodies as usual with dish soap and baking soda. Start with Carlos over here to get him out of the way.
These dolls were all pretty easy to clean. It took me about half an hour to wash their bodies, wash and detangle and condition their hair, and boil wash them. It wasn't too bad because there weren't that many, and they didn't have really tangly hair. So while I was washing these guys, Colleen was off camera detangling them, and then once I finished washing their bodies, I went and I helped her detangle, and then we ended up doing the boil washing. They all fit into 2 bowls, which worked out really nicely.
Alright, we're on to the boil wash portion. Evie's head needs to come off so I can fix it. And also, childhood winning London Mary Kate's ball was in her head. She was broken for my childhood collection video. It happened right before it, so she was actually posed to conceal the fact that her head was off.
So I wanted Mary Kate to soak really long because she has a tiny head with a tiny joint, and it was going to be hard for me to get out. So if you're having trouble, it helps to use your fingers to squeeze the head so that the ball can't roll back into it if you're trying to get one of those out to repair a neck. And then I just kind of left the other dolls in the bowl to soak because they had saran hair, so they didn't need a lot of work except Howleen.
That is a very weird neck joint. I've never seen one like this. It's almost rectangular.
If you're taking off a head joint that you're not familiar with, I always try to get the head over one side of the joint, and in this case I'm glad I did because there was no way it was going to pop off both sides at once because it was very rectangular. So here I'm flat ironing Evie. Her hair was pretty compliant to this process. I did trim her afterwards, which I filmed, but the camera angle was kind of weird, so I didn't end up saving the footage. But if you're wondering about her neck repair, all I did was I took a piece of fishing line and tied it around her neck knob underneath the rectangular piece that like holds it in place, and I just wrapped it a few times until there was more tightness to it, and then I double knotted it, pulled it as tight as I could, trimmed off the extra, and popped her head back on. That's how I fix loose necks.
So we are in the process of redressing the dolls. Now Maddie actually had these tights in storage. I think I got them on eBay in a lot of Ever After High clothes like 3 years ago. And then I just took the bag that was holding those tights and I put a new label on it for this Venus outfit that Howleen was wearing.
And I put Howleen in this spare dance class Howleen outfit because it fits her. And we actually have 2 of them in storage. Well, we had 2 of them in storage. This is one of the ones that was in there. And the nice thing about the way Shelly bags and labels everything is I was able to see right away, oh yes, we have 2, and to pick the nicer one.
So I laid out all this stuff by doll beforehand because I was photographing them for my Flickr guide, and that's why we had everything kind of clustered together to dress. But it does help to kind of group all the stuff together and double check in case some of the pieces look really similar, so that way you're not confused while dressing.
So this is my like small parts container. All of these neck articulations I have salvaged, some as far back as when I was a kid. Sometimes you find them loose in bins of dolls. Sometimes when you get decapitated heads that have the ball inside, but then you put them on a body that has it attached. So I have that. These are all like forearms and hands without forearms from Monster High. These are all complete limbs from Monster High. And these are all Ever After High hands. And I stockpiled a bunch of these when I realized that they were probably going to start selling things out. Because, especially Ever After High hands are really expensive to get on eBay, and, you know, you just can't have a doll without a hand. And some of my Monster High ones were used. I've been buying those for a long time, too. Like 4 years now. Okay, I'm gonna make Blondie, I always want to call her Goldie, earrings.
I was excited when I saw that one of the dolls needed earrings because, you know, I love to make earrings for them. Blondie's are kind of simple because I didn't have any key charms, which I would have loved to have put because she had some of those printed on her outfit, but I did have some nice blue beads that matched her outfit pretty well. I didn't want to go too big and too exaggerated like I would have if Maddie needed them.
So this is Moana before. She's boxed, so I mean, what are you gonna do, right? But she is missing the top part of her box, so even if I didn't think she needed any kind of body washing or whatever straight out of the box, now it needs to be done. Then we have the glorious Moana. I love this doll, and I just keep asking myself, how did I live without you? She is so well made. She has this beautiful hair. I just boil washed it and like washed and conditioned it. I didn't do anything else. I didn't like comb through it or anything because it was already so nice, but her box had been cracked open, so that's why we washed her clothes and things. But she is so well made. She is so beautiful. She's so unique looking. It's a shame she can't really fit anything because she has these like really thick legs, and they are bend and snap, which is really cool. So this is Descendants signature quote-unquote 2-pack Carlos before. It's kind of grubby in parts, but not too bad, not compared to Evie. And then we have Carlos, who doesn't look any different really to you guys. He is cleaner looking in person, and obviously his clothes are clean. He is amazing, and I'm so glad I finally have him. I was so afraid when we saw him on the table today at the flea market that the woman who was looking at the dolls, she was actually looking for Brad's dolls, but she didn't even buy anything. I saw him on top of the pile, and I'm like, I've got to go over there and grab him. And even though I usually try to give people space when they look at stuff, and also especially right now with, you know, all of the social distancing things, I normally would have backed off, but I wanted him so bad that I'm like, I'm not even giving her a minute to think about it.
I heard Shelly gasp, and I'm like, what does she see? And I hope it's not whatever that woman's calling.
No, she didn't even know what they were. She's like, that's not a Brad's doll. Evie from the 2-pack is in pretty grubby shape. I don't really know if the camera is picking up on how dirty she is, but I did take photos of her for Flickr, so you'll be able to see. And her head is like really, really loose, so I'm gonna have to fix that. But her hair is not terrible considering. And this is Evie after. She's beautiful. I love her, and I did have to flat iron her hair as you saw in the previous clips. Now, a lot of times with the Descendants dolls, their nylon is pretty nice, so a boil wash will do the trick, but she had some gnarly sections in her hair, which is why I ended up having to flat iron everything and then kind of trim up some of the straggly bits on the ends. But her head is also nice and tight. You can see it's like got some stiffness to it. She can still pivot up and down, but it's not flopping all over the place. Oh, poor Blondie. She's seen better days. Now, she actually has like a lot of her stuff on. Look at that hair. Poor Blondie. Then we have the beautiful Blondie. So you can see I made her some earrings. I would have liked to have put some key charms on her, but I'm all out of them. They don't last too long here. And she has really beautiful hair. She does have like a little bit of glue starting at the top of her scalp, but I'm not really that worried about it because she's going to be stored downstairs, and I don't really feel like the OxyClean treatment is necessary. But if you want to know how I treat glue and dolls, you can check out my tips and tutorials playlist. Compared to my other Maddie Hatter doll, who is from the Way to Wonderland line, this one is like way, way, way nicer looking. I mean, she has hands and outfit, and her hair is not totally trash, but this is first edition Maddie.
We actually have her tights downstairs.
Yes, and her hair, it needs some help. Definitely needs some help. And this is Maddie after. So obviously we washed all of her clothes, and these are the tights that I already had. She's really beautiful. My Way to Wonderland Maddie is, I mean, she was in really scary condition. You can see what she looked like on the thumbnail of my boil wash tutorial. But this doll has like really wide, sweet eyes, and her hair is a lot nicer. It didn't need a ton of work, unlike my other Maddie. It has life in it, and she's not oozing too much glue right now, which is good. And we have Tyria Howleen, who I wanted when this line came out. I wanted the whole line, but I just never managed to catch it on sale. So she's wearing a Ghoul Spirit Venus outfit, but she's not too bad. And this is Howleen after. She looks really cute in this dance class outfit. She has the correct hands now. And I just kind of put her hair back up into a style. I wish I had her original outfit, but she's really beautiful. I actually think she's even prettier than my 13 Wishes Howleen. I love how her hair is like whooshed back. Hi, Merida.
Hello. What's wrong with your feet? They're huge.
What are you talking about?
Why are your feet so big? They're enormous.
Why are your feet so small? They're freaky.
No, your feet are freaky and they smell.
No, they
you
don't.
need to wash your feet.
My feet are clean. If you smell something, it's your own feet.
No, I smell your feet. My mom, she'll be here any second. She doesn't want to smell your feet. She's a queen. You need to wash your feet, lassie.
My feet are fine.
No, I smell
Merida, what's the problem?
Oh, Mom.
Dear, you need to wash your feet. They
It's
smell
not
like
my
cheese.
feet.
No,
I wash
lassie.
my feet.
Be a good girl and wash
You
those
need to put
feet.
on your shoes. Your feet are naked and they
Hello,
smell.
Moana. They're not my feet you're smelling.
I smell your feet.
Oh dear. Everyone, I have a cheese platter. Oh, that's what we're smelling, not Moana's
Ooh,
feet.
cheese.
Cheese. Oh, now be a good lass and get the pony. You know, the one from the other day who was on the toilet.
I
You
don't
might
think
like
the pony
some
should have cheese. That might be why he was on the toilet.
And get me a nice cold Pepsi while you're out, lassie.
All right.
So we hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Dolly Transformation. Stay tuned for pictures of these dolls on my Flickr. And until next time, love your dolls, love yourself, and love your life.